Gorshay Marhaba. Spirituality is fundamentally true and original knowledge of human beings, their existence, their functions, and their being. Senses, which are numbered as 5 in total, are related to 5 souls in the human breast. 5 senses. And it makes this really easy to understand that due to the fact that these 5 souls are enclosed in the chest of our bosom, we have emotions and other senses, which simply means those who are not human beings, animals on 4 legs, they don't have these 5 senses. But sometimes what happens is human beings who do not get to enlighten their souls, the most common function which is open to all souls, like emotions, like empathy, they have problems and they lose some of the senses because their souls are badly damaged or badly diseased with some evil ailments. Some people stop having empathy and sympathy for others. Some people stop feeling pain of others. Do you understand what I mean? And we know them as self-centered people. But what exactly happens when somebody has all the feelings of his or her pain, but do not have feelings of the pain of others? This is due to the fact that the souls responsible for upholding sensory system of 5 senses, they are deceased and they are now malfunctioning. And you must have seen people who may be easily regarded as stone-hearted or hard-hearted. You must have seen some of these people around you, in your vicinity, at business, work, in school, and other religious places. Something severely goes wrong when the souls inside the bosom, inside the human chest, goes wrong. Malfunctioning of these souls result in having no pain, having no feeling of pain of others, having no empathy. They do not sympathize with anyone. They become egocentric. They become egoistic. They become stone-hearted. They become blind to any compassion. So all these things can only be understood with the help of spirituality, because this is to do with spirituality. It is not the body which will have emotions, of course. It is not the body which has the outburst of emotions. Emotions are very spiritual, abstract thing. You don't see it, but you can feel it. And we live in a very strange world. When somebody has emotions, we say, "Oh, this guy is too emotional." Some people who think they are very intelligent and their intelligence doesn't allow them to be emotional. Intelligence is part of emotional intelligence. If you have no emotions, you are animal. What do you think? If you don't have emotions, you're animal. Why animals do not have emotions? Because they don't have 5 souls in their breast. And if you are a human being and still you don't have emotions, it means your souls are severely diseased. You follow me? Now, what is emotional intelligence? Emotion, your own emotions, and emotions of others. For example, your partner. Most of the time, many people who are not spiritual, many of them, they're only concerned about their emotions. And they don't give a damn about others' emotions. Their friends, their wife, their father, their brothers, their sisters, they're not bothered. They're only concerned about their own emotions. But emotional intelligence is to identify and manage your emotions and emotions of others. To identify and manage. Mismanagement of emotion is really, really dangerous. Mismanagement of emotions is really dangerous. What is anger? What is love? What is hatred? It's all emotions. For example, I give you a very common example. A glass of water. By mistake, if I hit it and spill water on the floor, by mistake, if I did it, I would forgive myself without even any request. I will not even say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. No, I don't have to say it. But if somebody else does it, things will go out of proportion. Why? Because emotionally, you are not intelligent. You cannot manage your emotions. You do have problems with identifying the emotions and managing them. Like when you by accident hit it and spilt water and you remained quiet because you know you did it. Why can't you control your emotions when somebody else does it? What do you think, Brother Steve? It means you don't control your emotions when somebody else does it. But when you do it, you have all the control. Okay, nothing happened. Sit down, nothing happened. For example, some others, when their babies are crying, the toddlers are crying, they give them chocolate. They know chocolates are not good for them. They know that. But just because they want some peace, okay, honey, you can eat this chocolate for now. I know your teeth are not good, but it's okay. It's all right. One time, chocolate will not hurt you so much. That's fine. Why did you do it? Because you wanted some space. You wanted some peace. So, you gave your baby a chocolate. If somebody else was doing it, oh my gosh, then you will see a volcano of emotions. Uncontrollable. What have you done? What is this? 1 zillion times I told you not to give a chocolate. You have destroyed everything. You are dumb. You cannot manage, you cannot control your emotions. Same is the problem with Nadeem. It's not severely wrong with him. He just needs to learn how to manage his emotions. सिर्फ आपको जो है वो मैनेज करना सीखना है. All you need to do is to learn to control and manage. When you do something wrong, why don't you swear at yourself? You don't do that. You know the difference. If you hit yourself, you'll feel the pain. But if somebody else does it, oh no, go the whole hogs. Emotional intelligence. Is it making any sense? Is it making any sense? Yes. Oh, it is. Oh, good. Emotional intelligence is the ability to identify and manage your own emotions and emotions of others. It is generally said to include 3 skills. In the management of emotional intelligence, there are 3 skills that you must master. Emotional awareness. For example, somebody does something wrong, and if you look at their faces, by looking at their faces, you know they're full of emotions. They're so sorry. But you don't read it. Said, he didn't even say sorry. And look at her face. You cannot read emotions of others. You're not emotionally aware. There is awareness of emotions. Are you aware? If somebody's face is all swollen and the eyes are a little red and they look somber and they're gloomy and they look really distressed, and still you can't read it, you lack awareness of emotions. Emotional awareness. The ability to harness emotions and apply them to tasks like thinking and problem solving. And the ability to manage emotions, which includes regulating your own emotions and cheering up or calming down other people. Regulating your own emotions and cheering up and calming down other people. Have you sometimes noticed that when somebody does something wrong, sometimes, not all the time, I make jokes with them. Oh, it's okay, no problem, it's okay. Sit down. I think this is what we should do. And how? I learned it from Sarkar. When somebody does something wrong, give him more love so that he can correct himself. Right. Number 1, emotional awareness. Now, can I ask you, do you recognize emotional awareness? Can you tell me what emotional awareness is? For example, like myself, when I look at faces of different people, they don't tell me anything. I ask them, something is wrong, man. Why are you quiet? Why are you quiet? You look sad. But some others, they're quiet like them. They don't even ask them what's wrong. And when I'm sitting, I'm looking at everybody. So I ask them, Shahid bhai, what's wrong with you? Why are you quiet? Oh, it's nothing. See, this is awareness of emotions, right? When you are happy, your body is so transparent, it cannot hide your emotions. Your face is so transparent. It's like a revealing woman dress. So transparent, see-through. And there, the emotions are peeking out. When you're happy, you're blushed, aren't you? And when you're sad, your face will look like it has some swelling. And when you're angry, your nose is ballooned up. This is self-expressive thing, Emotions do not need a language. Like the cat come out of the bag and everybody knows about it. In a similar way, the emotions don't need your permission. They will manifest before the world. They are self-expressant. आपकी जो जज्बात हैं, no, English. Your emotions do not need extra help. Look at Tanveer. When there is an outburst of emotions, the emotions will manifest upon his face. The face will go at the backstage. The emotions will come up. I am the one who is always asking every Tom, Dick and Harry, how are you? You look sad. What's wrong with you? And it's very rare that I say to somebody, what happened? You're so happy. Is everything okay? So I just gave you an example. I think my sense of humor is very bemusing and a little bit of, but I like it. I don't care if you don't like it. But this is emotional awareness. Now, do you understand what emotional awareness is? And the thing, when somebody does a favor to you, and now it's your turn to be thankful to them, some people think by saying thank you, they have done their job. And you don't see emotions of gratefulness upon their faces. This is because emotionally they're dead. Oh, I brought a new phone for you. Thank you. Appreciation is exhibition of emotions, my friend. बड़ी मेहरबानी आपकी. आप किसी के लिए कोई एहसान करें, बहुत मेहरबानी. Why did you even take trouble to say thank you? Appreciation doesn't consist of words only. It is an outburst exhibition of emotions. In a similar way, when you are grateful to God, जब आप अल्लाह के एहसानमंद होते हैं, what do you say? Alhamdulillah. When you are thankful to somebody, you need to express your emotions. And that exhibition of emotions is true form of appreciation. What do you think? Correct me if I'm wrong. So number one, emotional awareness. Let's deal with this first. There are 3 skills. I told you yesterday, by the end of this week, you will feel, oh my gosh, you're a new man. You will know more about human life, about yourself, about how to lead a successful life. Your relation with your wife, your relation with your husband, your relation with your children, your relation with your boss, your relation with your employees, everything will be nurtured, everything will become so smooth and understandable. Sometimes we just say thank you and we think, well, we have been grateful. What else should I do? Nanga hoga nachu? No. When somebody is doing a favor to you, by that favor, it is natural to exhibit some emotions of gratefulness. I mean, gratitude is not just 2 words. Gratitude is not just 2 words. Okay, thank you. Like some people say here and there. Okay, thank you. What? You're saying thank you when you're saying I hate you. With the emotions of hatred, you're saying thank you. Don't get me wrong. I'm telling you what I see every day, here and there. I'm so sorry, but I must exhibit my emotions. Emotional awareness. You know, for example, Jashn Shahi ki khushi. Why do we celebrate Christmas? Are there any emotions involved in Christmas? And when we mark the day of Sarkar Gohar Shahi's spiritual coronation, how how do we celebrate the happiness of Jashn Shahi without emotions? By putting on new clothes, applying perfume, eating sweet dish? Is this all the Jashn Shahi is about? No. Where is the production of positive emotions? If somebody shows emotions, oh, he is emotionally charged up, don't talk to him. No. We need to learn to be emotionally intelligent. In order to become a good human being, you must be emotionally intelligent. Agree or disagree? So, do we now know what is emotional awareness? And have you been in a situation where you see some people are really quiet, and if you look at their faces, you know they're really disturbed. And then other people in the same room, they're not bothered. They're jumping around, they're making jokes. I think this is really, really bad, isn't it? It is very, very bad. I think it's a mark of a bad character. Don't you think so? When they see somebody is upset for any reason, somebody is down for any unknown reason, don't you think we should respect his emotional attire, his emotional condition, and the situation he or she may be in? I think we should respect that. And we should not make an environment where that person feels, oh, nobody is bothered. And they are spiritually so dead. They cannot see my face. They cannot even see how sad I am. And they're just making jokes. They're jumping here and there. They're messing about. This is also very important. So everybody has to have emotional awareness, so that other people who are maybe they're down physically or maybe emotionally down, we should respect them in whatever situation they are, in whichever emotional condition they are. We should give them respect and some space. And we should move out if we must jump about. What do you think? I'm trying to form our character. This is very important, isn't it? Don't you think this is mannerism? Huh? Somebody is sad. If you don't want to be sad, some people think, oh, he's sad, I should be sad. No, that's not what I mean. Share your pain. Make everybody sad. Share your pain. Some people do that, by force. I am sad, nobody can laugh. Oh. What we can do is, we can comfort them, shouldn't we? And we can lie to them, everything will be okay, don't worry. These are just words of comfort. It doesn't mean anything. We just say, don't worry, everything will be okay. If you are Muslim, inshallah, everything will be okay. If you're not Muslims, then we say, everything will be okay, I know. Mannerism. A lot of people criticize you to reform you. If the criticism is positive, but then it depends who is criticizing you. Some people just go about, without any valid reason. They're boasting themselves. They're just putting blames, allegations, and everything. But that's not true criticism. That's a bag of rubbish. isn't it? It has to be true criticism for you to get serious and then start thinking and then reflecting on your actions and deeds. I mean, if this is true criticism, you must reflect on your actions and deeds. But then again, in the very first instance, you need to know whether the criticism is positive and the criticism is coming from a fair-minded person who doesn't hold grudge against you, who is not a habitual, bugger. There are some habitual buggers as well. Now, it is very important that you must know when you are criticized whether or not that criticism is positive. But then again, do not make this as a scapegoat at the same time. Like, oh, I know it's not a positive criticism, so I don't give a damn. Let them say whatever they want. Sometimes it happens because you need an exit without guilt. But you have to be pretty sure whether that person is a genuine critic. Because if that person is a genuine critic, then you must hear him out. And, it's like a blessings if you have a positive critic around you. Because in that case, you don't have to work hard on correcting yourself. They will criticize you positively, and then you take a note of what they are saying about you, and then you can correct yourself. And a positive critic is the best of your mates. A positive critic. Have you ever bumped into a positive critic? Most of the time we think our parents are positive critic. But then sometimes they're overprotective. You know, they are just exaggerating it most of the time. And then they say, who can be more positive than I am? I'm your mother. I'm your father. Nobody can love you more than I can. Make an appointment with a GP, mother. You need a mental checkup. Do you think most people are positive critic? No. It's all so muddled up. Some people just use everything as an instrumental to disrespect you, to insult you, and to find flaws with you, even if there are no flaws in you. They must find a flaw with you. And they become oblivion about their own being. They become oblivion, totally oblivion to who they are and how good or bad they are. They will only find flaws and faults with you. उनको खामियां सिर्फ आप में नजर आएंगी, और उन्होंने अपने आप को बख्श दिया है, शिफात कर दी है खुद ही अपनी कि जी मैं तो बिल्कुल ठीक हूं, जन्नत से फेंकी हूं, अल्लाह ताला ने मुझे वहां से धक्का दिया है, जन्नत से इधर आ गई, अगर तुम मुझे नहीं कबूल करते तो मैं वापस जन्नत चली जाती हूँ. Now, how do you feel when somebody criticizes you and deep down in your heart you know he is right? What do you do? How do you react? What is your reaction when you are criticized and in your heart you know he is right? Do you thank them for telling the right thing?
Yes.
Now, under pressure, how do we learn to stay calm? That's the Very important. Under pressure. First of all, we need to understand what exactly does this phrase under pressure mean. You become under pressure when you exactly know your problem and then you get frustrated. Sometimes you get frustrated when you fail and you don't achieve your goal. And that is when you are justified to frustrate, right? You are allowed to frustrate. However, you must fulfill the requirement of frustration. There are two different types of frustration, legal and illegal frustration, so to speak. A justified frustration is when you know there is a problem and you have been working on it and nothing is working, nothing seems to work, and then you are helpless, you are clueless, you don't know how to resolve the problem. And this feeling is frustration. And this is true frustration. But sometimes you don't even try. And you impose frustration on you. That is false frustration. And a lot of people fall prey to this false frustration. Why are you frustrated? Frustration, there are two different types of frustration. Original frustration, and then there is another frustration, which we often see in our homes. Frustration. For no reason. Ye ho gaya, wo. Calm down. You don't know anything. Right? In our case, when we are helpless, we should not frustrate. When we feel helpless, we always turn to Sarkar Gohar Shahi. When we are frustrated, a true form of frustration is when you have a problem and you apply all your skills, all your energies, and still there is no result, and you do not know how to tackle this problem, and you do not know how to resolve this. You feel helpless, and you feel clueless. You don't know what to do. And this is when frustration begins. Frustrated. Because you don't know how to resolve the problem. To some other people who are not connected to God, who are not spiritual, who are not enlightened, what will they do? They will simply go to a church or a mosque and they will say, God help me. God will never help them. This will add to their already existent frustration. However, when we are at the point where we think we are clueless and helpless and we are unable to resolve the issue, then what we naturally do, some people are very quick. They don't even try to solve the problem, right? They skip this stage. They don't even try to solve the problem. They skip this stage and they jump on to Sarkar's help. Sarkar, help me. Before even they try. That is wrong. Don't do that. Try to fix the problem first with all the skills, with all the energies you have. Sarkar's help will definitely come when you are helpless. When you are able to help yourself and you just turn to Sarkar and say, Sarkar, help me. Sarkar is not going to help you. Why should Sarkar help you when you are able to resolve the problem yourself? What do you think? But we have become a habitual of doing this. Anything goes wrong, we don't even try to solve the problem. Sarkar, Jesus, help me. Because you are not a genuine seeker. Your quest of help is not genuine. Only pray to God for help when you cannot help yourself. God helps those who want to help themselves. But that will happen when you have tried all the things that you have in your kitty bag, and now you are genuinely helpless. And you're lost. You don't know what to do. Then comes the Lord's help. Maybe before you even say, Sarkar, help me, Sarkar will help you. Right? So, there is no room for frustration in a spiritual person's life. Because frustration is a condition where you are helpless and there is no help and there is nobody to help you. You are frustrated because you are helpless. Nobody is there to help you. You're frustrated. But for you who belong to Jesus, those who belong to Jesus, not those who talk about Jesus, who go to the church, who read the Bible, but they're not connected to Jesus. But those who are connected to Jesus, those who are connected to Sarkar Gohar Shahi, there is no room for frustration in their life. Because frustration is a condition when people are helpless, clueless, they're lost. But trust me, a disciple of Gohar Shahi can never be truly frustrated. Because he is not helpless. He is with Gohar. He is with Jesus. Isn't he? I talked about two different forms of frustration. And I denoted one type of frustration as genuine frustration. And then I explained what it is to be frustrated. And then I also talked about a fake form of frustration, which is not genuine. And in that ingenuine frustration, made up frustration, you are never helped out and you lose trust in God. You don't make effort, you call upon God to help you. Obviously, God will not help you because your frustration is not genuine. As a result of this, what happens is you become depressed. Oh, even God is not helping me. And you lose trust in God. This is so dangerous. So make sure your frustration is genuine. And you're doing everything in order to know whether or not this is genuine frustration. And in life of a disciple of His Holiness Gohar Shahi, there is no room for frustration. Because frustration comes when you have tried every nook and cranny and still there is no result. And you don't know what to do. You're lost. You're completely helpless and clueless. Then comes the point where frustration begins. But before that point comes, call upon Sarkar, and Sarkar will, help you out. And when Sarkar's help arrives, there is jubilance. There is not frustration. Now, like the first skill was emotional awareness. Now, there are two different skills. The ability to identify your emotions, right? And the ability to identify others' emotions, right? And then, if you see somebody is emotional, now, what should you do? What do we do when we see somebody is injured, somebody is bleeding, somebody needs help? First aid, right? In a similar way, what should we do if somebody, for example, somebody is sad and under the emotion, the outburst of emotion? No, sometimes it can backfire trying to cheer them up. Somebody's mother has died and he said, "Come on, man, cool, cheer up." No, you don't do that. Everything is fine. He will say, "Come on, man, my mother has died. How can I cheer up?" You know what happens is some people have problem and they are really emotionally down. And some individuals like Faisal, brother Faisal, they come and they add to their problems. They give them more stories. Oh, you should be rightfully worried. You should. We should try to comfort them. We should try to harness their emotions. What is harnessing the emotion? Controlling them. Make sure that his emotions do not become overwhelmed. Because if the emotions become overwhelmed, you will push yourself into depth of depression. If you are there and you see somebody is under some kind of emotional state, you should have the expertise of harnessing, controlling, and making use of the emotions. Try to make use of those emotions in solving problems. If somebody is sad and you also go there and you tell them stories which will increase in their emotions, in their sadness, then this is backfiring. To comfort them in a way that it appears to be genuine to them. And how does it appear to be genuine? When you give them hope. All right, this can happen. Don't lose hope in God. God will help you. Bad days do not stay forever, like good days do not stay forever. This will also go away. And then give them a practical um, approach. Like, okay, you don't have money, work here, work there, solve the problem. Sitting there and crying will not solve the problem. Talks do not cook rice, Chinese proverb. Makes some practical approach. Tell them how to solve the problem. Tell them shedding tears will not help you. Tell them sitting in your chair will not help you. You need to do something practical. Yeah? Don't give them false hope, but at the same time, give them calculated hope. And same goes with your own self. Sometimes you are so emotionally down. And the thing is, when you are emotionally down, you don't want to talk to people. And this is bad. You know why? Because you're shutting door. You're saying bye-bye to any help that might come to you. Right? Some people, when they are emotionally down, they seek isolation. That's not good. Like Rizwan, when he is frustrated, when he has problems, he gets locked in his room. And he spends there hours and hours, sometimes maybe days. That is not going to solve the problem, my friend. If you have a problem, find a solution, a practical solution. Move your butt. Laying down in the bed or sitting in the chair will not solve the problem. Right? You have to make efforts. Now, if you think you're the only one in the world who has a problem, you are severely mistaken, my friend. Every single person in this world is laden with trouble. But some people have this, expertise to have a wounded heart and still smile. Everybody in this world has problems. But the thing is, everybody thinks his pain is greater than everybody else. His problem is greater than everybody else. His problem is unresolved. This problem can never be fixed. That is not true, my friend. Don't seek isolation when you're emotionally down. Because when you seek isolation and you're emotionally down, the chances are you're pushing yourself into deep, deep depression. Do not seek isolation. Some people become really, really isolated. They don't want to see anybody. No. Why? If you like to be sad, you're pathetic. If you're sad, seek a solution, my friend. नहीं? कुछ लोग जी मुझे मगमूम रहने दो, ये मेरे मुकद्दर में लिखा हुआ है. I am destined to be sad like Shahid Bhai. No. The problems will not stop coming onto you as long as you're alive. The moment you stop breathing, the problems are gone. Because you're gone. You are the problem. Don't think I'm making fun of anybody, Brother Steve. Honestly, I'm genuinely trying to help everybody. Some people have somehow or other developed this belief that anything wrong comes, they turn to, they don't make effort. This is absurd. This is clumsiness. This is really bad. Become practical. Forget God. Become practical. Resolve the issue. Your mind doesn't work. Keep cool here. Keep cool here. Some people become angry, and in the heat of the moment, they say to their wife, divorce, 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 gone. Keep cool here. Some people, when they're angry and they want to hurt others, they will pick up anything and stab them or kill them. Keep cool, my friend. Even when you're angry, keep cool. Don't hurt anybody. Don't harm anybody. Don't hurt yourself. And don't hurt others. And you must do it only when you keep cool. This has to be cool. This has to be. Always leave a door open for a false Messiah or improper Messiah to come and help you. Right? If you seek isolation, you're shutting doors. And you know, Brother Steve, what happens? When some people have a problem, they become hostile to everybody. When you have problems, don't become hostile. Some people have a little pain in their foot and they become hostile. They have headache, they become hostile. Arey bhai, kya ho gaya yaar? No. You must manifest humility at all times and modesty. And keep your head cool so that you can solve the problem.
You agree?
Absolutely.
Don't become unreasonable. Some people become really unreasonable. You know what? Let me tell you. When some people have problem, they think they can humiliate anybody, and this is their justification. Some people become ill and they humiliate anybody. And when you say, don't be abusive to me, they say, oh, look, I am ill. What? If you are ill, you can screw the world? That's what some people do. When they are ill, they become hostile and abusive to everybody. Don't do that. It will simply send a message and gesture to others that your illness is fake. So when you have a problem, keep your mind cool. Why? Tell yourself, it's not the end of the world. I'll find the solution. I'll ask Amjad. I'll ask Mazhar. If Mazhar doesn't help, I'll ask iClock. If iClock doesn't help, I'll ask Mr. Gaff. If Gaff doesn't help, I Bulal, Nasir, anybody. They will help me. Problem will be solved. But some people forget everything. They have a problem. Oh, this is end of the world. Gone. Gone. I am devastated. I'm destroyed. I am gone. I am history. Everybody has problems in this world. You're making fun of yourself by doing this. So the resolve to keep cool is to tell yourself, it's not a big issue. We'll find a solution. Calm down, my friend. Calm down. Sit down. Find a solution, practical solution. Like when I was a child, normally I would ask my father to buy me a toy and he wouldn't. But when I was ill, and then if I asked my father to buy me a toy, he would do it. Everybody come to me, bringing milk and this and that. So I developed this thought, oh my gosh, let's pretend to be ill at all times. And this is how people will come and, and I would love to hear this. Oh, you have fever. Oh, no, don't worry. Go in your bed, sleep. Some people develop this habit of having sympathy. You won't find true sympathizers for except your mother. Yeah? But at some stage, your mother will need another one for herself, a sympathizer. अब वो बोलेगी जी मैं थक गई हूँ तरस खा के, अब मुझे कोई नया बंदा हायर करके दो जो मुझ पे तरस खाए. How to keep cool? Look, all right, you have a problem? Think about it. How to solve this problem? Calculate. After calculation, you know what to do. Keep cool. When you know this can be achieved, keep cool. You should be worried when you know this cannot be done, like Iblis. Iblis couldn't keep cool. Why? Because he did not have lataif in him. And the knowledge, extra bit of knowledge which was given to Adam, was only good for those who had those souls in them. And Iblis didn't have it. So his worry and his depression and mayusi ko kya kehte hain, disappointment, was justified. Because he knew exactly that he would never achieve this target. He would never achieve this goal. Before you even calculated whether or not you can solve the problem, you're depressed. No, don't do that. Calculate. If the problem can be solved, and there is no problem that cannot be solved. There is no problem which cannot be solved. Agree or disagree? So how will you keep cool? You will keep cool when you know that I have calculated this problem that I have will be solved, so why should I get worried? When you know this problem can be solved, it will help you keeping yourself cool. Do you understand that?
Aura TV. Guidance. Brought to you